Hey everyone, this is Evan from Delta Triggers. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Delta Defense drop-in system. This one is designed for a Gen 5 9mm. So in the box you're going to get a complete trigger assembly, a safety plunger, and an Allen key. Okay, so you're going to get a modified trigger housing. It's got a set screw in the back. You're going to get a refined and highly polished connector, specifically for self-defense. You're going to get a highly refined and polished trigger bar, and you're going to get a modified trigger shoe. Trigger shoe has got a set screw, and the safety protrusion has been reduced so that it doesn't bite your finger the whole time. You're also going to get a polished and refined safety plunger, and then you're going to get an Allen key to adjust everything. Okay, let's just put this one aside. This is a Gen 5 Glock 19. Okay, racket. Safe. Safe. Point in a safe direction. Pull the trigger. Okay, so this is 100% stock. You got a lot of pre-travel. The wall, fine. Long reset. I mean, it's very unrefined. I mean, the Gen 5 feels a heck of a lot better than the Gen 3 and 4. I give it that. But, I mean, in terms of smoothness, overall feel, certainly a lot that can be improved upon. Okay, so we're going to take the spot. Let's start with the upper receiver. Right, so this little plastic bit here, you can see you can be pressed down. Take this off. Keep your thumb over this. Right, these things tend to, well, this little spring on the side here tends to shoot out sometimes. Take out your standard striker. Just going to depress this. Give it a little wiggle. What's this? There we go. Just let that come out. You can take this out too. Okay. Okay. So you're now going to put your extractor in. Put in your safety plunger. Okay. You're going to put this in first. Metal to metal, polymer to polymer. So, I mean, if you really want to make this absolutely amazing, I recommend getting a Delta striker assembly, highly refined and polished. It adds about 50% improvement to your brake feel and about 0.3 pounds to the brake in terms of a reduction. Right, but this is standard. Okay. Okay, this is done. Depress this. You hear that movement? It needs to move beautifully freely. Don't get any lubrication in this channel. Refer to my other video in terms of how to correctly lubricate everything. I've got a whole video just on that. Okay. So now, lower receiver. We're going to take the spot. Pin out. Back pin. Okay. Stock. Okay, so we're going to pretend that this is nice and lubricated. You've put gun grease on and the rest of it. So the back set screw, when you adjust it, if you go clockwise, this is going to adjust your reset. Okay, so it's going to decrease your reset, the amount of over travel that you have. It's going to give you a fast reset. If you go anti-clockwise, it's going to dial that out a little bit, giving you a little bit more wiggle room. On the shoe, if you go clockwise, it is going to reduce the amount of pre-travel. Anti-clockwise, it's going to give you more play. Okay, just pop it in. Okay, let's put this in together. So this gap is how much you can dial this in, okay, before it messes with the frame, okay, catches. So you can see the safety still works perfectly. All right, so I leave at least a 2 mil gap here to give you some play. Okay, if you want to reduce this or take it out a little bit more, it has been reduced. Okay, pull the trigger. You're going to take your Allen key and you're going to now put this in, and you're going to go clockwise if you want to dial it in, anti-clockwise if you want to dial it out. Do like a quarter turn, maybe an eighth of a turn if you're really trying to dial it in nice and specific. Okay, if you're going to mess around with this, make sure that you put a little bit of a Loctite on at the end. Okay, leave it for 24 hours to set. Right, so let's just see how this thing is performing. So there we go. Brake. Nice and clean. Current reset. Very, very quick. So you're going to have to do a test now. So you're going to rack it. Keep your finger here. Okay, that reset perfectly. Brake. So this is what I want you to do. Rack it. Grab the frame, squeeze. It simulates a full magazine. In here, everything's squeezing together. So you're going to squeeze nice and tight, and then you're going to check to make sure that this breaks properly. Okay. Okay, that broke perfect. I've already preset this in. Okay, so there was nothing, there was no lag, there was nothing hindering the break. Okay, if there was, what you would do is take the upper receiver off. Okay, and pop out the back pin. What you do is you lift this up. Okay, in here, and you would do a quarter turn to the left. That's it. Quarter turn. Check to make sure that it put everything back together. Make sure that it breaks cleanly. Okay, and then if it does, just maybe pop a little bit of Loctite in here. Leave it for 24 hours to set. But I've already put Loctite in and everything else. But that's basically how you would adjust this back one. All right. Put it together. This breaks at about 4.3 to 4.5 pounds. Standard out the box, 5-ish, just over 5 pounds it breaks. So with the refinement, it's about, and usually it's about 4.5. If you're going to add the striker, it's about 4.2 4.2, 4.3 maybe, but it's a heck of a lot smoother break, with the striker. On your Gen 3s and 4s, they come out with a different striker as standard, so they break 5.5, sometimes closer to 6 pounds, and they end up also breaking at around 4.5 pounds. So Gen 3s and 4s, also makes a huge difference. Okay, and that's it. Thank you so much, everyone.